Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 3rd of December, 1978, and the title is The Deep Philosophy of Sin and Charity. Today, Bap Dada is reminding all the children of a special practice. Are you able to go beyond this world of noise and become a resident of the world beyond sound in 1 second? To the extent that you have the practice of coming into sound, of listening to and imbibing sound, do you have the practice of remaining stable beyond sound, of receiving all attainments to the same extent? Just as you experience entertainment and happiness through sound, so do you also experience yourself to be an embodiment of imperishable happiness and have a cheerful and entertaining stage while being beyond stage? Together with being silent, do you also have the experience of the stage of being extremely silent as well as extremely cheerful and entertaining? As soon as you switch on your awareness, are you able to stabilize in that stage? Have you accepted this gift of a spiritual lift? Are you always ever ready? Is the spiritual army ready to such an extent that the second you receive the signal, you are able to stabilize in a constant stage? Or will your time go by in just becoming stable in that stage? Now, such a time is to come when the false practice of many others will automatically be revealed in front of such a true practice. You will not have to tell others that their practice is wrong, because everything will automatically be revealed through the atmosphere and vibrations created by the real practice. Is such a gathering ready? Now, according to the time, many people will come to check you. You Brahmins collectively challenge others to come and see how all of you stay in the remembrance of one and how you all collectively stabilize yourselves in a constant stage. Therefore, the Brahmin gathering will be checked. It is not a big deal to do this individually, but all of you together are world benefactors and world transformers. Many will come to check how this world benefactor group is serving the world through their attitude, vibrations, and remembrance through this form of power. Today's science will glorify the power of silence, the powers that spread through the power of yoga, the extent to which they spread, the method used for this, and its speed. All of this is to be revealed. Is such a gathering ready? Now, according to the time, let go of wasteful matters and become embodiments of power. Become such world servers and remain aware of the huge task for which you have become instruments. How should the weaknesses and fluctuations in your efforts be experienced when you face such an elevated task? What do you experience your weaknesses to be in front of such an unlimited task? Do you like them, or are you ashamed of yourselves? What you challenge and what you actually do in practice should be the same. If there is a vast difference between what you challenge and what you do in a practical way, then instead of being called a server, what title would you receive? Souls who do this become instruments to deprive many other souls. Instead of becoming charitable souls, they become souls with a burden. Therefore, understand this deep philosophy of sin and charity. Sin deprives you of your elevated fortune. Sin is also committed through thoughts. You receive the instant fruit of any sin you commit in thought. Any weakness in any form of vice you have, even in thought, is definitely accumulated in your account of sin. If you have an attitude towards other souls that is influenced by vice, even in thought, then that too is a great sin. Any wasteful words for any souls also accumulate in the account of sin. Similarly, in action, if instead of having good wishes in your relationships and connections, you have any other feelings, then that too accumulates in your account of sin, because it is also a form of causing sorrow for others. Good wishes increases your account of charity. Wasteful feelings, feelings of dislike or jealousy increase your account of sin. Therefore, when you become a child of the Father and claim your right to an inheritance, you become a charitable soul. This faith and intoxication is very good, but you must not mix your intoxication, nasha, with jealousy, irsha. After belonging to the Father, your attainment is countless, but together with your being a charitable soul, your burden of sin becomes 100-fold. Therefore, do not become so careless. Do not think that once you know the Father and your inheritance, that once you call yourself a Brahma Kumar or Kumari, there is nothing but charity, and that all sin is finished, that you have become perfect. Also, pay attention to the disciplines of Brahmin life. Constantly keep the Maryadas, code of conduct, in front of you. Keep the knowledge of both sin and charity in your intellect. Check that while you are called a charitable soul, you are not committing any sin through your thoughts, words, or deeds. Check in which account you accumulated something. Check that you did not defame the Father's name or his knowledge through any type of wrong behavior. Although the Father has each one's account very clearly, you now have to keep it very clearly in front of yourself. Do not just make do with yourself and deceive yourself in this way by thinking, this happens all the time anyway. Everyone has this weakness. Although others may have this weakness, let there be the good wishes for them. You have to remain safe from it, for only then will you be able to become a world server. Only then will all of you be able together to give others the experience that all of you are following one direction and have a constant stage. If even now you continue to accumulate in your account of sin, then when would you settle that account? How would you become an instrument to make other souls charitable? Therefore, stop accumulating in your account of sin even through carelessness. Claim the blessing of being a constantly charitable soul. People who don't have knowledge use the slogan, hear no evil, see no evil, think no evil. Now, the Father says, hear no waste, speak no waste, think no waste. Always have good wishes and pure feelings in your thoughts. Speak auspicious words. When you hear anything wasteful, do it with a pure feeling. Scientists use instruments to change something bad into something good by transforming its form. Therefore, because you are those who constantly have positive thoughts for others, you are not able to transform the motives and the words of others. Let your feelings and motives be constantly elevated, and you will become a constantly charitable soul. Transformation of the self means transformation of many others. In this, you should think, I first. There is great pleasure in this dying alive. This is known as the great sacrifice. Do not be afraid. Die in happiness. This dying is the real living. This is the true donation of life. What was your first promise? You promised to belong to the one Father and none other. That is, you promised to die. It is called dying, but it means, in fact, to attain everything. Do you find it difficult to fulfill this promise? It is easy. It is just that you don't know how to transform. You don't know how to transform your motives and feelings. Since you say, "Wa, drama, wa," what is all of this? Wa, wa applies to every situation. Finish all the cries of distress, hi, hi, and replace them with wa, 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 baba, wa, drama, and wa, my part. Maintain this awareness, and the world will say, wa, wa. It is only when you forget the Father's company that you find it difficult. When you make the Father your companion, you are able to make difficult things become easy. By being alone, you experience a burden. Therefore, make him your companion and make everything become easy. Acha? To such cooperative souls who transform the world through self-transformation, to those who accumulate in the account of charity with every thought and at every second, to those who make the world powerful through their own power, to such great, constantly elevated, charitable souls, Bhakti-Dada's love, remembrance, and namaste. Bhakti-Dada meeting groups. 1. Do you constantly remember the great mantra that you have received from the Father? This mantra is so easy. Through this mantra, you are able to go beyond all sorrow and become equal to the Father, the ocean of happiness. Whenever you experience any type of sorrow, as soon as you use this mantra, all your sorrow comes to an end. No waves of sorrow can now come to you. You shouldn't experience the slightest sorrow even in your dreams. No matter if your body is unwell or you have money problems or whatever else happens, you should not experience any waves of sorrow inside. A wave of sorrow might come, but it will go past you. Have you ever bathed in an ocean? When a wave comes, you jump and go above it. When you know the method, you can experience the joy of bathing in the ocean. But if you don't know the method, you might drown. So, do you know how to move along with the waves? Or do you drown? Children of the ocean cannot drown. Cross the waves as though you are playing a game. Your days of sorrow are now over. 2. Bid farewell to Maya with the blessing of being victorious. Have you attained the blessing of being constantly victorious from Bapdada? When you took your spiritual birth, the Father gave you the blessing of being victorious as your birthday gift. When you remember this blessing, Maya bids you farewell. Maya becomes unconscious and unable to oppose you. What would a lamb do in front of a lion? As soon as it sees the lion, it would become unconscious. When you have this blessing in your awareness, Maya is not able to oppose you. The kingdom of Maya is now about to end. This is like someone being made to move forward with force. Similarly, while having a little breath left, Maya is showing her own force. Maya is not powerful. All of you are master almighty authorities. What can powerless Maya do in front of such master almighty authorities? Just as you were told a cycle ago that they are all dead, so Maya too is already dead. She is not alive. Therefore, it is just in name that you are told to become victorious. 3. Go beyond all attractions with the intoxication of being victorious. Do you constantly consider yourselves to be the spiritual Shakti and Pandav army, those who hold all the weapons? What does an army and warriors constantly remember? Do you constantly experience the flag of victory hoisted on your forehead? Are you the victorious jewels who constantly have the flag of victory hoisted? The memorial of such victorious jewels around the Father's neck in the form of a rosary is worshipped even until today. Each one should definitely have the intoxication of being part of the garland around Baba's neck. The sign of victory is to be constantly cheerful. You would be beyond any type of attraction. No matter what happens, is there anyone else as attractive as the Father? So, who is the most beautiful? It is Shiv Baba, is it not? Therefore, constantly remember the Father. Constantly remain in this attraction, and no one will be able to attract you with anything else. Would you take the fortune of a kingdom today if someone were to give it to you? No? Why? Because the seat of today's president is a seat of thorns. Who would let go of the throne and crown and claim a seat of thorns? Today, you would have the seat, but not tomorrow. Always maintain the intoxication that no one else can receive what you have received. Would that president be able to come to heaven if he wanted to? Unless he belongs to the Father, he cannot come to heaven. he would remain here and you would go to heaven. Always have the intoxication and happiness that you are the children of the master of the world. You always have the tilak of fortune as a sign of your marriage, and so you are eternally married. 4. Your happy face is a mobile, living board that attracts. Those who are fortunate remain constantly happy and prosperous. Whoever looks at you and sees your treasures of happiness should be attracted to your treasures. Generally, even against their conscious wish, everyone is automatically attracted to something invaluable. So everyone would automatically be attracted by those who have the treasures of happiness. Your happy faces are mobile living boards that attract everyone. Wherever you go, your faces will give the Father's introduction. When they see your faces of happiness, they will definitely remember the one who made you like this. If one board is able to give so many this introduction, just imagine how many you living boards would be giving the message to. If so many boards become ready to attract others, you will have to make more space. 5. Bap Dada's most elevated decoration are jewels of contentment. Those who are jewels of contentment are the Father's most elevated decoration. Those who are constantly content are jewels of contentment. When your forehead constantly sparkles with the sparkle of contentment, you can become living idols in a practical form. Do you constantly experience the fortune of happiness while considering yourselves to be such elevated decorations? Throughout the entire cycle, no one else can have such fortune. Those who are fortunate would constantly dance in happiness. Children should have greater happiness than Bap Dada. When those who are wandering find their destination, and when the thirst of those who are thirsty is quenched, they would dance in happiness. Maintain such happiness that any unhappy souls who see you will also become happy. Their unhappiness will finish. 6. The special act of special souls is to pay attention to their every action. Whatever actions I perform, others who see me will do the same. To pay this attention to every act is the duty of special souls. Your every act should be such that everyone who sees you says, encore. In a drama, the hero has to pay so much attention to himself. He would take every step after careful consideration because everyone's vision is on the hero actor. So, continue to move forward with this much attention. Blessing, may you be constantly victorious and attain victory over the power of Maya with your power of yoga. The power of knowledge and the power of yoga are the most elevated powers. Just as the power of science is able to attain victory over darkness and bring light, similarly, the power of yoga enables you to attain victory over Maya and make you victorious. The power of yoga is so elevated that the power of Maya is nothing in front of it. Souls who have the power of yoga cannot be defeated by Maya, even in their dreams. There cannot be any weakness, even in your dreams. Let there be the tilak of such victory applied on your forehead. Slogan: in order to claim number one, transform the wasteful into powerful. Om Shanti.